Good morning. I am Laurisa Reyes, the author of The Rock of Ivanor, and I'm here to talk to you today about all the fun books that I've collected the last couple of weeks. Some people call it my book haul. I just call it the books that I want to read. I'll try to go through them quickly because there's a whole lot of them. I just started reading this book, The Kindling by Braden Bell, to my kids, out loud to my kids. It's about this brother and sister who develop these strange powers, and this weird guy that's like watching them. That's all I know about the book so far, but my kids are really enjoying it. I'm also reading Ash and Winter by Mike Mullen, published by Tanglewood Press. This is the sequel to Ashfall, which came out last year. The YA dystopian where a big volcano has exploded in the United States and destroyed half of the United States and covered it with ash. And in the first book, it was a survival story, and the second book, he's out looking for his parents. It's very good. I'm halfway through it. And this is The Search for Wendla by Tony Ditterlizzi. I have a hard time pronouncing his name. I picked this up at the SCBWI conference a couple weekends ago, and I forgot to mention in my book haul when I talked about all the books I brought, signed by the authors there, and I forgot to mention here you can see he has signed it for me. I got this arc in the mail, Storm Dancer by Jay Kristoff. I don't know much about this book yet. I'm really looking forward to reading it because it's a fantasy story that's also considered like steampunk, but it's set in feudal Japan. So it's a fantasy set in a different type of location and time than a lot of fantasies are. So I'm very curious about this. Then I went to a homeschool conference not too long ago, and there was a great display of books there put out by Kane Miller, and this one just really caught my eye. I had heard a lot about it. It's 12 books are all coming out at the same time. This one's Conspiracy 365 January, and the 12 books represent the 12 months of the year. And this is action adventure book that can't wait to read the first one. This one I also picked up just because I love the cover. It's called The Wicket Chronicles, Book 1. It's also by Kane Miller Publishing. I have no idea what it's about, but it's got these two little kids on the front and some swords and fantasy. I love that stuff. So one totally different kind of thing I don't normally read, but I'm going back to school, and I'm starting the graduate program at California State University at Northridge, where I got my bachelor's degree years ago, 17 years ago. And one of the books that we're assigned to read for the creative writing class, we're doing creative nonfiction, and it's The Glass Castle. And the stickers cover the name of the author. Of course. Let's see if I can find Jeanette Walls. And this is a true story, her true story about how she's quite well off living in New York, and her parents have chosen to be homeless. So I just started reading that for school, and so far I'm enjoying it. This I just picked up yesterday at Barnes & Noble. Cinda Williams Shima's book, The Warrior Heir. I keep hearing about her, I keep hearing about this series, and I finally just walked into the store. I had a 20% off coupon and walked in and picked this up off the shelf and started reading it yesterday and read 30 pages in one sitting. It was great. Can't wait to read the rest of it. It's excellent. And this one is an arc that I received in Sweetwater Books, Copernicus, The Secret Life of Copernicus Stringfellow by Lauren Barber. Again, I don't know much about this book yet, but I do plan to read it as soon as I can. It just looks fun and exciting. It's just the kind of book that I love to read. This was given to me by the author. I met her at the SCBWI conference a couple weekends ago. It's called Roadblock by Yolanda Ridge by Orca Young Readers. She signed it for me. Isn't that nice? Yay. I think that this is a contemporary fiction. And I don't know much about the story, but I plan to, and it looks like a really quick read. I'm really excited to take a look at it. Last but not least, I was at Barnes & Noble the other day, and I don't read a lot of adult books. Most of what I read are YA or middle grade books. That's just what I like. Once in a while I'll pick up an adult novel, just for a change of pace. And I was browsing on the new release aisle, and I saw this cover for The Light Between Oceans by M.L. Stedman. And my mom likes lighthouses, so I picked it up and I read the interior cover. And it totally caught my attention. It's about this man who fought, I think, in World War I, and he goes back to Australia and becomes a lighthouse keeper, takes his wife with him, and they're very isolated, and she can't have children. And they find a dead man and a live baby washed up on the shore. And they decide to keep the baby and raise it as their own. And it's about how that affects other people. And the story just sounded so intriguing, I had to buy it. I couldn't buy it that day because I didn't have any money with me. Walking in a bookstore without money is crazy, huh? So I waited till I had a coupon, and then I went back yesterday and I bought it. So I'm really looking forward to giving this a try. Again, once in a while I'll pick up a really good adult literary book just for a change of pace. And I have a feeling I'm going to like this one. So that's all I have for you today. And I am going to make another film a little bit later about all of the audiobooks that I have. And with audiobooks, I don't really buy audiobooks, but I get them from like paperbackswap.com, or I get them from used bookstores or like Goodwill or something like that. And I just collect some interesting ones, books that I wouldn't normally buy to read, but I'll listen to in the car. So I'll probably share some of those with you and see what you think. All right, bye-bye for now.